So welcome back to Finnegan's Farm and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So in today's video I will be showing us spraying our potato crop. None of you have ever seen me in a sprayer before because this has been my first season. I went to get the spraying license, the PU number, about 4 months ago, just to have on record and that I could spray if we had to spray. But since getting that, I was told to spray, so I've been tricked into spraying. Anyway, I'm happy in doing it. It's actually a very nice job. I didn't know what to expect really. I had a fair idea of it, but it's actually a lovely job when you know what you're doing. So I'm literally going to run through the sprayer here, how I set it up, what spray I have in the tank and what is the reason for spraying. Everyone always gives out about spraying and how harmful it is and the chemicals you're actually spraying, but I'm going to show you exactly why we're spraying and the reasoning behind it, and we're not just going out just to spray chemical for no reason. So first job I have is to turn on my agro system supplied by Landquip, which connects to the sprayer. It's GPS ready as well, so it knows exactly where it's spraying, and I'll show you why that is very important in a while. So as you can see from the drone, I'm in the 6R175. It's a new tractor on the farm this year, and I have the Landquip sprayer. So first thing I need to do is unfold the sprayer because it's not really much use in the position it is. So I have a series of levers here. Our newer sprayer has it all Isobus on a tin Cathal on a joystick, and yeah, but this one is kind of old school. It kind of reminds me of Drive to the Stoner, and they're all kind of here in front of you. Very simple to work. So that lifts up the back, that lifts up your booms either side, and then these three, the outside ones, work the end of the boom, and this middle one then works the. So if you hold the three of them together, and just nicely work its way out. Now, very important to grease this, all the swivel points on it, keep them greased because you don't want them stiffening up, because you will do damage to the sprayer. And then just, you always have to watch that side, because if you're doing it near a hedge, you don't want to be clipping the trees. So then once that's out, I can let down either side and then lower it to the ground. So I roughly have about 20 hectares to do today, over 3 fields. A woman in here looking at me, flying the drone, she hasn't a clue what's going on. So just to go through the screen then, I have a dosage which I'm doing 160 litres a hectare. What is your one coming in for? And she was just wondering, was I flying a drone? Of course I was. So then I just have to select the plot, but I basically just minus whatever was done on that plot before, and then it gives me a blank canvas to work off. And once that is set up, I just put it into boundary mode and it'll boundary the field. And then I can also set it up on my screen here, so it should bring me to the field at the moment. And there's the field there marked out, which is the field we're in here now. There's no real actual steering to do when you're in the spud drills, because the ridges will keep the wheels driving straight, so it's not too bad. And then when we're on our tillage ground, it's a lot handier to put the GPS on, because it'll just follow the tram lines. Some corners then are a bit trickier than others, so I have to take it out of manual, or take it out of automatic and actually turn it myself. So the back of the sprayer steers itself, which is a very handy job. And just flick it back into auto and away she goes. Oh god, it didn't go into auto as quick as I wanted it to. Sometimes it just takes a second. So what I am spraying for today is a blight spray. So there's a blight program which is set out by our agronomist, and it obviously just prevents blight, because if blight gets into the crop you actually can't get it out of it, so it'll literally ruin the whole crop. And once it gets onto one plant, if two plants are touching, it can just spread very, very easily. So our agronomist, when he walked the crop, said that we need a bit of magnesium as well, so we have a magnesium additive in as well. It's a powder form, so it's mixed through the spray. And we also have a herbicide in, because there's quite a number of cereal crop volunteers and a few other kind of grass weeds and stuff that are starting to emerge, so we need to nip them in the bud now before they kind of excel. And yeah, that's basically all that's in the tank at the minute. So once my boundary is complete, then I just press the boundary button. Do you want to close the boundary? Yes. And now it's in automatic mode, so basically it will only spray inside the boundary and it won't overlap anything that I've already sprayed. And be quite bouncy there in the headland because you have to go across the ridges. How can I complain in a brand new tractor? Forgot I turned off the flow. You can see all the sections just slowly turning on just across the line from where my boundary was for the headland. So as you can see, I'm not driving with my hands because it will stay in the rows. Okay, so I have the drone set up here. I'm gonna spray, drone, talk, do it all hopefully. That's the plan. Nothing better than getting a square field. Only people that spray will actually properly understand. If you get a field that has a diagonal headland on it and it doesn't meet the row, like the rows coming down the middle of the field perpendicular, it is awkward because you obviously can't turn against the diagonal, or you'll literally just mow half the spuds out, because it'll take you that wide of a swing to turn. And that means if you go down to the corner, turn around, come back up, face yourself the right way coming back in. It's hard to explain until you actually see it. I can have this all set up, a GPS here that I can select the fields. You can customize your whole screen. I have my speed set, which is standard in the Command Pro. You can just slap it to the side and it'll set your speed. You have two speeds you can differ between, depends on how bumpy the ground is. It might just go a small bit slower, but these are fairly alright. So the new screens are nice to just kind of give the iPad feel rather than like the old work feel. I wouldn't like to smash one of them now because sure they're not cheap. Yeah, hopefully I don't do that. Cheapers, man. So I'll show you actual weeds that we're spraying for, and I will show you what way the potatoes, because obviously you can just see the leaf over the ground, but I'll pull one or two of them just to see how they're coming along. And then a nice flat field is also nice as well, because if it's on a hill then the booms are kind of falling to one side. And then in each of the corners of the fields we do till them, so when you are driving on them they're nice and smooth, rather than being bouncing around, because after the planting they'd be very uneven because there'd be different tractors coming in and out. And spraying at 28 meters is it's unbelievable. Like, sure, you're covering that much in such a short space of time. You get into a nice big field there, you'd cover ground just so quickly. So people always complain about, you know, chemicals and you spray so much chemicals and blah blah blah, but I'm actually currently putting out about 85% water. So blight will kind of thrive in kind of humid, kind of high temperatures between 15 and 20 degrees, and yeah, once it gets, so it's kind of airborne, so it can travel nearly like 30 miles or something until it reaches like a suitable crop. So potatoes is definitely one, as everyone knows from the famine, but tomatoes is also another one. There's a few others that it will affect badly, so we need to keep on top of it here before we lose our whole crop. It's hard enough. You would have seen the lads actually planting this field. Of a good few drone footage of these fields being planted. Very demoralising then if you went and done all the hard work planting and then you come round to harvest time and the tubers are all damaged because of blight. So sorry I haven't been very active with the videos. You would have seen I've been putting up a lot of videos of spraying on the Instagram stories, and that's because I'm obviously doing it. I haven't got time to go around to video everything, but updates on the farm are we got our beetroot planted, we have our sprouts all done. Obviously I think I did mention that before. So they're all planted, and yeah, now it's just about keeping on top of the crop. And so Darren's actually away on holidays this week, which left me with all the work to do. So I'd cover 550, no, sorry, that's wrong. I'd cover about 450 acres of potatoes for blight spray, and yeah, it hasn't been that busy of a week. So I'm just going to hop out here now before I spray the field, and here's just a prime example of the weeds that we're talking about, and the bit of grass that's actually growing. So you can see now the length of the roots that are in it. So the aim is then just to spray them off and stop them growing, but there still is a nice little bit down the alleys of the spuds, so we need to just get all the sunlight into these spuds. I'm just going to pull one here now. See the roots that are growing off it. So here's obviously the original potato that was planted. These are all your fibre roots, and these are your tubers that will eventually grow into our potatoes. So if I get the date up of when these were planted, so these were planted around the 7th of May, which is nearly 6 weeks ago, and that's as much as they've come on so far. So good bit of growing to do, but I'm sure they'll get there. So that's all the spraying done for this week. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We've just reached 17,000 subscribers. So yeah, I want to get to 20 as soon as I can, because it'll feel like a real milestone. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you all next week. Good luck.